Hi, I'm John Celestri, editorial advisor to GlobeStreet.com, and we're here in Nashville for SIOR Live, and I'm really happy to have the executive committee, or much of the executive committee of SIOR with me. Reading from your right to your left is Angela West, President, Allan Gump, President-elect, and Geoff Kasselman, Vice President. Folks, thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
It's a good turnout.
It's a fabulous turnout. We have, John, over 950 attendees here at our conference today, which is our second largest attended conference of all time. So we're really fascinated and excited.
You should be.
And want to thank you also for being here and sponsoring SIOR Live again. This is a great partnership.
It has been a really good partnership, and thank you so much for saying that. Allan, why the turnout? What's drawing them, other than the country music in the States?
SIOR has for years put on great conferences, and this is a good time in our industry, and I think whenever members have the opportunity to make a conference, they come. I think Nashville certainly has been a real draw. This hotel is before this hotel, Nashville had a difficult time housing as many people as it now can. But I think it really gets back to the fact that SIOR does a great job. The staff, the volunteers do a tremendous job of putting together great programs with real takeaway value, where you can come to a conference, you can see people that you know and do business with, meet new people, and get a lot of great educational content, and frankly, hopefully make a few deals while you're here.
Exactly. Geoff, I know that the executive committee just went through a reshaping of the strategic plan. Was this past summer, is that right?
It's been underway actually for several months now, and it's a work in progress.
So what was the upshot of the reworking? Is it completed at this point? You said
no, it's very much a work in progress. It's really about two things for us: organizational strength. It's a wonderful time in the history of SIOR in terms of financial stability, organizational health, and that gives us the ability to do this kind of a strategic plan. This isn't the ordinary 3-year plan or 5-year plan. This is a generational strategic plan. It's a leap into the future to ensure that SIOR is as important to the real estate community and to the business world years and years from now as we think it is today. And it's about brand stewardship. It's about caring enough about the organization and about the brand to ensure its longevity.
So Allan, talk to me then about a trend that I've become aware of: associations post-recession redefining themselves and reworking their strategic plans. What's the impetus behind that?
Well, I don't know that the post-recession is necessarily the guiding reason for that, but I think that there's been such a consolidation in the real estate industry. We've got a lot of firms merging. We have a lot more national firms than we've had in the past, where a lot of associations probably, including SIOR, your membership perhaps was more independent brokers, smaller firms, and now with the advent of the larger firms in the real estate industry, I think anyone who is in our organization or a CCIM or another real estate organization, you want to take a look at how that impacts your membership, how that impacts how necessary it is for you to take a hard look at what you're providing in the scope of the ever-changing real estate industry and the consolidation. So I think that the national firms have an impact on the associations. And not necessarily to the good or to the bad, it just is.
Right.
And so we have to respond to that and make sure that we're providing the best organization for our members.
Terrific. Angela, then talk to me, given that, talk to me about, and you and I have discussed this before, how the three of you work together so that there's continuity. You have long-range plans. You, I assume, both will. What the continuity is there within the context of the strategic plan?
Allan and Geoff and I have become incredibly close really over the last 6 months. I talk to Allan once a week at least, and Geoff very often as well. You're right that the initiatives that we are undertaking with the strategic plan are going to take multiple years to execute. So we're really at the genesis. Our working groups that have been enabled and funded to really create the bigger, bolder plan for SIOR are just beginning. So it will take a long time. We have monthly working group calls, so each of the chairs will be reporting to the executive committee once a month to make sure that all the committees understand what the others are doing, because it's so connected. What segmentation is doing is related to what messaging is doing. So all of our working groups need to work in lockstep, as does the executive. And I couldn't be more excited about working with these two guys on the executive team, because we have and share very similar visions for how we think we can improve this organization. We feel like it's an incredible time. SIOR couldn't be stronger right now. We have 96% member retention. We were welcoming 175 new members this year, and we have the second highest attended conference of all time. So we have a full year of our operating expenses funded in our reserve. So we couldn't be at a more positive and strong place, and I think it's great testimony to the strength of SIOR for us to embark on a really exciting journey to kind of create a new vision and make SIOR even stronger than it is today.
Let me add one little thing to that,
please.
And because Angela's right on, one of the measurements or a matrix you look at on a professional organization is attendance at conferences, which you touched on earlier on. Angela is much better at keeping these numbers in her head than I am, but we have a very high percentage of our members.
Like that.
Yeah,
Really.
But she's so nice otherwise, so it's hard to. But we have a high percentage of our members attend our conferences. What are we? Aren't we?
I think we're around 30%.
30%. Which, if you look at some of the other organizations, that's a high bar to hit, to have 30% of your members attending national conferences. And so we're really proud of that. And frankly, we do 2 of these a year, as you know, and I think it speaks to how well our organization serves the needs of the membership, that they want to be here.
And that's a terrific way to end. It'll be interesting to watch how the changes take hold, and I want to wish all 3 of you the best of luck as you take on your new roles.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for joining us on Globe Street TV.